Now to our exclusive Fox investigation of what happened to Jimmy Hoffa. You know, our series, Riddle, The Search for James R. Hoffa, is now on our streaming service, Fox Nation, with a new show that's on it right now. And in that show, we show you where Hoffa, it is claimed, is buried in a metal barrel in New Jersey. So we went there a few weeks ago and using ground-penetrating radar, found multiple large pieces of metal that fit that claim. Potential metal drums, just like what Frank Coppola told us. Frank said it was his late father who buried Hoffa when the body was delivered from Detroit by mobsters. You're saying your father buried Jimmy Hoffa?
Yes.
And Jimmy Hoffa was brought in?
Yeah.
Buried in one place, but your father actually buried him nearby, but not in the original home.
Yeah.
Did you see Hoffa's body?
Oh, no. No. All I know is my dad, later in years, he said that he couldn't fit in the drum head, body first, feet first. They had to turn him and put him in head first.
So your father said Hoffa couldn't fit in the drum?
Couldn't fit in the drum feet first. He couldn't get the legs to bend right.
Is that metal?
Yeah, it's definitely metal.
So it's definitely metal.
Yeah.
We've found several round-shaped metal objects buried here, somewhere on top of each other, which fits Frank's story exactly. And this is another spot right near the first one, which is right, that's the roundest
right
shape
there.
of what could be a barrel. So this could be this would be the spot. And this is exactly where Frank pointed out to Dan.
He's standing right here.
We're standing right here, saying this is where Jimmy Hoffa is buried.
Well, with us now, the man who was also sitting at that table, the most prominent Hoffa expert in the nation, Dan Moldea, who has worked with us on this program and investigation. So, Dan, what do you think the chances are that Jimmy Hoffa is buried in the barrel, as Frank Coppola claims?
Well, when Frank first gave me the tour, the 45-minute tour of PJP landfill back in September of 2019, he showed me an area which I videotaped. I had a body camera on, I had a camera in my hand, and I videotaped him telling me about this baseball diamond effect in this particular area under the Pulaski Skyway in Jersey City, which was close to the PJP landfill, AKA Brother Moscato's dump. And my position is that I am pushing all in, that it is within that baseball diamond at that particular location. I'm all in on this. I have been involved in this. I've been investigating the Teamsters and the Mafia since December 1974. And so when Hoffa disappeared on July 30th, 1975, 8 months after I started all of this, I hit the ground running, and I have seen it all over the past 46 years. And this is the best thing I've ever seen, and I've pushed all in on Frank is right. And this
we're looking at the site. We're looking at the site right now. We did the ground-penetrating radar, and the technician, Steve Soulis, said it was metal, big metal pieces buried, the same vertical. That fits exactly what Frank Coppola told you and told us, that the barrel is there.
When we went for our examination, GPR examination at last November, there were a ton of dumpsters there, which just completely cluttered the area. We were really in a lot of trouble. We had to get lucky. And the beauty of what Steve from GPRS had done, the technician, was that we were able to get through a couple of these dumpsters, these huge dumpsters, 7 feet high, some of them, thousands of pounds. But Steve was able to detect a 12-foot path to the north, and then 5 feet to the east. And then your producer, Rob Monaco, managed to mercifully got 4 or 5 of the dumpsters removed, and then Steve stretched the 5 feet to the east to 15 to 20 feet. So we were looking at a 12 to 15 to 20 foot perimeter. And that is where we're looking at right now. Now, I think that's wonderful, and that's what's kept me in the game. If it wasn't for him finding that spot, your show wouldn't have aired on Friday and be airing on Fox Nation right now. We wouldn't be having this interview, and no one would be returning my calls right now.
Well, you know, and what's so important about, we only have a couple of minutes left. What's so important about this is that you have the claim. The people in Detroit, the wonderful Scott Bernstein, Gunner, we interviewed Sammy the Bull Gravano, who says you wouldn't take a body from Detroit and bury it in New Jersey. But this fits the story that he was put on a gateway transportation truck, brought to New Jersey, and buried there. So if indeed, look, even just based on, is this corroboration of Frank Coppola's story? Is this enough for the FBI and law enforcement to go in and investigate further and potentially start another dig to see if Jimmy Hoffa indeed is there?
Well, I put together a team of people. Bill Carson, our team captain, Richard Lawrence, the great Ari Mark of Ample Entertainment. And we want to give the FBI and the law enforcement community our very, very best. And we are preparing to do that right now. And when we do that, they will have our best. We are trying to give them everything on a silver platter. And because the FBI, in the end, believed as late as early as December 1975 that Hoffa's body was buried at this particular location, and this, in the end, will be a vindication of what the FBI has been saying since 1975.
Yeah, Fox Nation has reached out to the U.S. Attorney and the FBI in Detroit. They know about this. They know about this program and our efforts. So we hope this eventually leads to a potential dig in the spring. The show, Riddle, The Search for James R. Hoffa, on Fox Nation now. Dan Moldea, as always, Dan, thank you, and thank you for your work.